When you watch professional StarCraft, it's like a high-stakes chess match. But some games aren't won by clever reactions. They're won because one player came in with a perfect pre-planned counter. Today, we're taking one of the sharpest ones and pulling it apart piece by piece.
Yeah, the game is all about feints and parries, attacks and counters. But what we're about to break down, it isn't just a good plan. It's pretty much a perfect formula for winning one of the most classic matchups in the entire game.
So think of this as our field execution manual. We're getting into a strategy that has, for years, defined how Zerg players take on Protoss at the absolute highest levels of play.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The source material flat out calls this the most versatile build in the entire Zerg arsenal. This isn't just some strategy. For a long time, this was the standard for the pros.
So where does it all start? It starts with a foundation that is just rock solid. See, the success of this build isn't about some flashy micro or brilliant on-the-fly decision. It's about hitting a few key economic timings with absolute total precision.
And when I say precision is key, I really mean it. There are two critical checkpoints you have to hit. The manual is blunt here. If you miss either one, you are so far behind that you just can't recover. The stakes are that high right from the get-go.
Okay, so checkpoint 1, this hits at 40 supply, and I want you to notice something. We haven't even started building our main army yet. This is all about cranking up the economic engine. You need exactly 25 drones on minerals, 6 on gas, your lair tech is going, and, this is crucial, your spire is already being built. It's pure, uncut economic setup.
And then, bam, checkpoint 2. By the 9-minute mark, all that economic setup turns into a scary amount of military might. We're talking 80 to 85 supply with a huge force of 35 to 45 Hydralisks. And look at this, you're already throwing down your 5th hatchery. This is where that economic lead you built starts to just snowball out of control.
All right, our economy is humming. Our army is growing. Now we have to deal with the problem, right? The big, powerful standard attack that we know the Protoss player is about to come at us with. This whole build is basically a custom-made answer to that one specific threat. And here is what that threat looks like. You can bet you're going to see a wall of 12 to 15 Zealots, fully upgraded with +1 attack and speed. They'll have about 5 Corsairs for air cover, and then 2 or 3 giant, heavy-hitting Archons backing them up. This is a classic, powerful army, and if you're not ready for it, it will just walk right over you.
So how do we get ready? Well, it all comes down to the math. The strategy gives us the exact numbers. If you have a bare minimum of 35 Hydralisks, you can fight and trade okay. But if you want to win, if you want the high percentage play, you need 40 to 45. And our build is designed to get you there just in time.
But here's the absolute genius part. It's not just what you fight with, it's where you fight. The guide is crystal clear on this. The best play you can make is not to defend your own base, but to move out and engage the Protoss army in that little gap between their 2nd and 3rd base. You're not just fighting their army, you're choking their economy.
And this quote right here, this just sums up the entire mindset perfectly. Force them to fight for the 3rd. Do not fight for your natural. You are getting in their face. You're proactively containing them on just 2 bases while you're happily expanding to your 4th. This is how you create an economic lead they can never come back from.
And now we get to my favorite part, the climax of the entire strategy. This isn't some big, messy battle. No, this is a precise, clean, decisive little operation. We're talking about the Mutalisk surgical strike.
It all comes down to this number, 9. Not 8, not 10, just 9. This specific number of units is the key to taking out the single most dangerous weapon the enemy has.
And that weapon, of course, is the High Templar. So that's the mission. A quick, focused attack with one and only one objective. Kill those High Templar before they can absolutely wreck your army with Psionic Storm.
The rules of engagement for this are incredibly strict. You build exactly 9 Mutalisks, maybe 10 if your control's a little shaky. Your target is only the High Templar. You ignore workers, you ignore other army units, you ignore buildings. And the timing is everything. You have to hit them before that Protoss army starts to move out.
Now you might be thinking, how does this even work? Well, it's all about exploiting a huge weakness. High Templar are super slow, and they always get positioned at the very back of the army. That means they're way behind the Corsairs that are supposed to be protecting them from air attacks. Your Mutalisks can just swoop in from the side or behind and snipe them before the Protoss player even knows what's happening.
So, the High Templar are down. The biggest threat is gone. Now what?
Well, now we slam the door shut. We take that advantage we just created and we turn it into an undeniable, game-ending win.
The second those 9 Mutalics pop out of their eggs, you pivot. Instantly. 2 things have to happen at the exact same time. 1, you start researching Lurker Aspect. This is going to turn your giant Hydralisk army into an unbreakable wall. 2, you plant your 6th hatchery at your 4th base location, cementing your economic lead. There can be 0 delay between these actions.
And this pivot, this is the final checkmate. It takes that small tactical win from the Mutalisk strike and uses it to lock in an absolutely overwhelming economic lead. By expanding to a 4th base while you've still got them pinned on 2, you get total control of the map and the game's resources. From this point on, they just can't keep up.
So there you have it, a step-by-step professional playbook on how to take apart a standard Protoss army. It's a strategy built on pure economic precision, smart positioning, and one single killer strike. The playbook is open, the pieces are all set, the only real question left is, who would you use it against?